everybody, welcome to Infinite Realms. Today and this week I took the plunge. I got some Mythic Legions. I'm gonna be taking a look at Mythic Legions all week. Why? Because honestly, everybody keeps saying this is the best toy line every year. Everybody says this is top of the heap. I want to see what the big deal is. The prices are something that bug me, but I'm still going to take a look. The other thing that bugs me is, and I vented this, but I'm going to mention it, deserves mentioning anyway, their shipping from their store is shit. 6 weeks. Took advantage of their sale to do this. 6 weeks is what it took them. I was not happy. Not happy at all. But they're here. I mean, and people have said, you know, they're a small company. Valver's a small company. They had a sale. I had it by the end of the week. Come on, give me a break. Okay, so I'm going to take a serious look at Mythic Legions, though, because everybody keeps saying they're so great and they're so wonderful. And that's fine. But this is the time I gotta see what the real deal is. Of course, today we're going to start off with Skeleton, the Skeleton Builder. And I need to adjust my camera, so let me make a cut real quick. Okay, and there he is up close and personal. It's a good sculpt. And, you know, the jaw is movable. I like that. The faceplate can drop down. I like that. That's cool. Very cool. The thing is, though, what is up with these feet? Those are damn flippers, buddy. The armor is pretty good. One thing that stuck out to me really bad. Ain't nobody got an arm bone that big. Nobody. That's... And I know somebody's going to make excuses. Well, you know, it's like, you know, that's how they had to do it, so that arm armor. You know, they could have put something around here to make it look like the arm was wrapped. Because they did the forearm pretty damn good. So, I mean, you know, I don't see why they couldn't. They needed to cover that. That's all I'm saying. Alright. I mean, I know this is what, quote-unquote, a builder. And because it's a builder, it's not as detailed and everything. Which is a funny thing because it's only $5 less than a more detailed figure. So I'm not understanding the price point at all. But anyway. Either way, let's go over some accessories. You get some shoulder pads. We'll put those on in a minute. You get a quiver. I believe I've seen this with a figure before. You get a bow that I believe I've seen before, and it does have an actual string on it. There is this pretty cool sword, but I've seen that. Again, I've seen all these accessories with other figures. And a big ass spear. First thing I noticed, though, all the markings right here, wouldn't that be from this direction? Because it's a stabbing weapon, it's not a slashing weapon. Yeah, I know, minor details. This is perfectly clean. There wouldn't be any damage. Oh, and I forgot. Shit. I left it in the little baggie. The arrow. Which is a pretty nifty thing. Do like the arrow, so, you know, that's cool. Unfortunately, this figure does not have any alternate hands, nor does he have a hand to hold the arrow, so, yeah, that's the thing. You know, that's how it is. Alright, now, this is pretty overall simple. It's just put it on the back, snap it on or press it on. And you got a little bit better armor. Yeah, that does limit the articulation some, but it does look a little better, I have to admit. So, I do not hate this figure in the slightest. I actually like it. I mean, I'm giving some criticism, I know, but I would give criticism to any figure. I mean, he moves around pretty good. I mean, it is single jointed. Arms, which I kind of don't like, but you know, that's what it is. Now, another point of contention. Man, he does not want to hold this sword. I want to give him the sword because I think that's the best weapon for him. The spear looks a little bit too much. And the bow could work, but like I said, he doesn't have a way to hold the arrow. There we go, finally. Now the other thing is, and this guy, he doesn't have it as much, but almost every review you ever watch of Mythic Legions, you can hear the figure. And what I mean by that is, you can hear when the articulation points get moved. This one ain't so bad. You don't hear it. I don't anyway. But yeah, it's one of those annoying things in some of the videos I've watched. I'm like, wow. Because, you know, people complain about Valiverse. And yet, I've seen people complain about Valiverse and take these and go, oh yeah, Mythic Legions, you gotta heat them up. That's just part of it. I'm like, you know. So, let me do a little bit of a camera adjustment and then I'll give you some thoughts on this. So I have to say, I mean, overall, I think I do like this figure. I mean, I do like this figure. I like skeletons. I think they're fun. They're fun monsters. So, you know, I admit I do like this figure. But if I had paid the $45, I think I would be very unhappy. Because this is not a $45 figure. This is a $20 figure. And that's the thing I'm kind of not understanding. Is these builders are listed in the $44 range. And I'm looking, as I'm looking, I mean, there's a shit ton less detail in the weaponry. There is not a whole lot to speak of on the figures themselves. I mean, there's some detailing, but you know, a lot of this is reuse anyway. So why is that price point? I mean, these are supposed to be, and I double checked this and I thought that was right. It was supposed to be primarily for customizing. But at $45, that's cost prohibitive. I mean, most companies, even smaller companies than this one, you get, you know, you can get a bare buck, as we like to call it, for 20. Now, do you have the weapons? Generally not. But, you know, at the same time, it's kind of like, okay, where's my value here? So I have some question marks. And so I rarely, if ever, see Mythic Legions with other figures. So here's AJ with the skeleton. Fits pretty perfect. Here's Dusty with the skeleton. I think he goes rather, I mean, a little tall for a skeleton, but I mean, I can take it. I can roll with it. Who to pull in from? I was gonna pull out Wolverine, but then I said, wait a minute, Wolverine's short and that wouldn't work. Oh, hey, how about Conan O'Brien here? Here's Marvel Legends. I mean, this gives you an idea. I mean, he's a little tall for my taste, but not terrible. Not terrible at all. Oh, I need to pull someone from Action Force. Let me see. The easiest one to reach. Clips. Ah, shit. In case you're wondering, I just knocked Ripper down. So this gives you an idea of their scale, of, or at least like skeleton. I think it works all right. Could be better, could be worse. Now, one thing, you know, I mean, I did get these builders as kind of basic minions, just to be a basic minion, and that works. I mean, he's just a basic monster. That's what I wanted. So, you know, on that level they work. They're a lot cheaper than the regular figures. So I got like 3 of them. And this one, for the price I got him for, I mean, it was $27. For that price, he's alright. I like him. If I paid any more, I would have been upset. And I know people say, well, you can't get into value. And I'm like, yeah, I can, because it's my fucking money. And that's the thing I don't understand about people. It's like, how dare you talk about the value of your purchase? I would talk about the value of my purchase if I bought a car. I mean, cars, cars, houses, lights, da-da. You know, you don't throw money away. I don't know why that's a foreign concept to people. But at the same time, you know, you got to discuss the price point, and I'm really confused by the price point of these. Maybe I'll get it, and then maybe this is a dud, and maybe I'll get it on the next one. I don't know. But you know, that's my basic feelings on it. I mean, so far I'm not seeing the value. This is my first, so you know, maybe, you know, every line's allowed what looks good on paper to be a dud. So maybe that's it. And I'm going to try to keep an open mind throughout this. I've got a few surprises coming up that I've not told anybody I got. And we'll see what happens. But so far, Mythic Legions, I won't say I'm not impressed, but it's just okay. Alright, that'll wrap up this look at the skeleton builder. Thanks for watching. Do the YouTube stuffs. Take care.